Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, readers of all persuasions. It is I, Gayla, and welcome back to Book Uncorked and Caffeinated. And today we will be talking about my soft DNFs. There are a lot of books that I started, and it's not that I didn't like them, but they weren't holding my interest at that time, and so I soft DNF that these are not books that I'm not interested in, but it's just that at that time I wasn't. I'm a super mood reader. That's something I'm learning about myself. But these are books that I want to get back to. Some are well known. Others, I think most are well known. Maybe one or two are not as well known. But anywho, let's get started. And I'm going to also tell you the dates in which I started them and how long it's been taking me to read them. So the first one is Queen of the Exiles by Vanessa Riley, the follow-up to Island Queen. This is about the 1800s of the Haitian king and queen and how they were taken down by a coup and how now the queen is trying to reestablish herself in Europe. Interesting story, great follow-up to Island Queen, but at the time, I guess, I don't know. And I started this book in January 29. So that means I must have finished Island Queen around that time. And I want to follow up this book. This book is also a 25 for 25 book for me. So I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the year. The next book on my list, I started February 15th. And this was a professional read. And we actually had a chat with the author as well. Becoming Abolitionist, Police Protest, and the Pursuit of Freedom by Decorica Purnell, an attorney that works with organizations for the advancement pretty much of Black people, making sure they are legally taken care of. And that we address issues that we mostly don't like to talk about. I did this professional read with my students. We went in an organization, and I said if they did it, I would do it with them. I didn't quite get to finish everything, and I want to do so. This is my second copy. The copy that I'm reading have all my tags and stuff, and it was a great, intense conversation, but the kids actually did a really good job, and they enjoyed it. So I've been reading that. That's been on the DNF since about February. The next book, so I guess I was in my revolutionary bag because I began reading February 23rd, All the Black Girls Are Activists. And I actually received this by the author themselves. It says, All the Black Girls Are Activists is a love letter to Black girls and Black women asking and attempting to offer some answers to why would Black women get to be who would Black women get to be if we did not have to create from a place of resistance? And so I really definitely want to get back to this. It's not a long read, but it's a very intense read. I started tabbing. So because it's not a long read, I'm most likely going to start from the beginning. Then the next book I started to read is one of my favorite YA authors. She was my favorite YA author even before I realized who her husband was, who I actually worked with. It's Evie Zaboy, Nigeria Jones. This book is about a young lady who was a part of a family that was a part of the Black resistant movement in Philadelphia. It's just a coming of age story, learning who she is, learning who her family is, learning who Black people are and how we maneuver in the world in which we live. So I read any and everything by Evie. I haven't read her latest works, but once I read this, I'll pick up the latest work. Then I will have this on the screen because this is a audiobook, A Beautiful Distraction by Robbie Renee, the follow-up to A Beautiful Surprise. This is about two brothers, or this is the second brother, Davenport, and love, finding love, being resistant to love, finding someone who also struggles with love, and just finding a place where you guys kind of put that in the background and kind of come together and love one another. I didn't finish it. It's not super long. It's about 200 pages. I'm probably 100 pages in. This also will be a book that I probably start from the beginning. And I've been reading that since March 23rd. The next book I've been reading since March 31st was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. the Caraval series. These are chunkers. This was also on my 25 for 25. So we'll see. YA, fantasy, all the things about two sisters who live in a world in which magical things happen, and they're trying to figure out what next steps are, and their realities and things of that nature from what I remember. So yeah. And then Purple Hibiscus, I'll throw a picture of this. I've been reading from July 1st. So I was supposed to be doing an author's read of all of Nguzo Adichie's books. And I just started, but it was a little heavier than I wanted to do in the summertime, and I started this July 1st because I was going to read all the books in July and kind of do a wrap up. But that's fine. I'm going to get back to it. I don't know when, but that's also a book I probably will start over. These are all books I'm interested in. It's just that they're soft DNF, so I am eventually going to get back to it. This book I started August 8th, Empowered Black Girls, Joyful Affirmations and Words of Resistance. I was reading this in the morning with my daily meditations, and I want to go back to it. I thought I was going to be able to do it one chapter at a time, but it's a little bit longer than that. Then I can do going to work every day. So I'm probably just going to read through it. I did a lot of underlining, a lot of tagging. And so this probably I won't start over. I'll just probably read what I tagged and move forward, because there is a second part to this book and I want to get it before, right after I read this. And the last book, which I started September 8th, was the Davenports, More Than This, the second part, the follow-up to the Davenports, a book about a Chicago family, well-to-do family, Black family in, I believe, the 1800s as well. And I be totally honest, I struggled to get through the latter part of the first part. I started reading and I started listening with reading with my ears. And this one, I think I'm just gonna continue with my ears instead of with my eyes. Or I don't know, maybe I'll get into it a little bit more with my eyes, but I think the hearing it brings it to life for me. This is also a YA. A lot of these are YA now that I think about it. Maybe that's the reason I'm not jumping right in. Anywho, I've been reading this since September 8th. So a variety of these books I've started at the beginning of the year, and now it's time to wrap them up. So that's my plan. I'm definitely going to probably concentrate on the books that are part of my 25 for 25, because this is also a part of my 25 for 25. And so I'm probably going to concentrate on those books first, see what I can get from Libby, as far as the audio part, so I can listen to it. But yeah, that's it. These are my soft DNFs. Ironically enough, I haven't read the entire week of the first week of October. This is October, what's today's date? October 5th. And I haven't read all week. I didn't even do an audio book back and forth to work. So I don't know, I'm kind of in a slumpy mood, and I wasn't kind of feeling my best this week. So maybe that's the reason, but I'm going to figure things out this evening and see what's going to be my audio book for back and forth in the car during the week, and what's going to be my physical book. I kind of know what's going to be my physical book, and it's not going to be any of these books I talk about, ironically, but I have some books that I want to achieve to read throughout this month, whether it be spooky because of October, or fallish because of the fall vibes or whatever like that. So I'll figure it out by end of day, because I need to pick out 2 books for this week. I always do an audio and a physical book. Sometimes the physical book does turn into the second audio book, depends on how busy my week is. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Nothing is wrong with any of these books. These are some of my favorite authors, like Robbie Renee, Easy is a Boy. So it's not like I'm not going to read them. It's just that I am a mood reader, and things happen, life happens. So do all of the things. Enjoy your Sunday. It's beautiful outside. So comment, subscribe, even drop in the comment box books that you're reading or books that you suggest I read. Also drop, if you read any of these books, let me know what I should start with, and maybe that would jumpstart me getting back into my books that I've DNF. Until the next video, have a good one. Deuces. Bye.